So we are. I'm officially back, y'all. I do apologize. I was not able to do the overtime part of the Sixers games. Things did not turn out the way they were supposed to. But we're back with another post game live of the 76ers. I am your host, Darian of the Spotlight Sports Talk, and I do have a special guest. Knowing that he's a Sixers fan, but I think he said he lives in what, Canada, I think?
Yeah, my man, Montreal, Canada. Represent.
Montreal, Canada. Okay. So we have Chad from Chad Burns Sports in the building. What is going on, man?
What's up, Darian, man? Thanks for having me on, dude. After a thrilling game there. That was sick.
Oh, that was an awesome game, man. I thought, I was getting kind of nervous.
Oh, dude, you and me both.
I was getting kind of nervous. I'm like, this is the Brooklyn Nets. No Durant, no Kyrie. What are we doing here? Like, what is happening? So
no, man, that's me. They started off hot. I thought that was going to be all Sixers. I thought it was going to be a blowout. And then that second quarter came, and I just got instantly depressed. I was like hitting drinks fast.
Oh, so you was drinking?
Nah, I mean, I had only a few. I need to be professional for this, obviously, but I was getting a little depressed. That's for sure.
Okay. I can dig that, man. I can definitely dig that. Shout out to Gridiron Blitz for being in the chat, man. Shout out for y'all for being in the chat. I really do appreciate everyone that do come in the chat and show love. But I know I end up getting to the stream late because I had to go get home from work. But let's break down like the I would like for you like to break down the first half for me. I mean, I know I was there for a little bit of the second, but for what I saw in the beginning, the Sixers was on like all cylinders for some reason. And in the second quarter, it like dropped off. So what actually happened in that, first?
Honestly, from what I saw going on, man, like the way they started, it started hot. The Nets were not on a roll at all. They were trying to take all these outside shots. They were missing. And then, the Sixers were doing their game and beat down low. Great defense, rocking the boards. Like they were kind of, as you saw towards the end of the game, killing it on rebounds, assists, the whole shebang. All of a sudden, second quarter comes, they're up 20 to, I think it was 20-4 at one point. Next thing you know, second quarter comes, Embiid sits out. Nets go on this giant roll, and you just start seeing where everything that the Sixers were doing successfully, the Nets started doing. They were hitting the paint, playing hard down low, not taking bad shots outside, and Sixers just couldn't connect on anything. Tobias Harris looked really weak in the second part of that first half. It was brutal.
Yeah, Tobias Harris seemed like he just could not get going in this game, even in the third or even in the fourth. But Alex Burks, I have to say, he actually stepped up in this game. I think he got a little bit more time than Glenn Robinson in this game than he did. Alex Burks did make some impressive strides to me that he should get more minutes. A lot of people say that Nito should start, come off the bench instead of being a starter tonight. They could have put Alex Burks in there as the starter, but I understand that Alex Burks came from off a trade, and things just didn't turn out the way it happened for Nito. But getting the win tonight with Joel Embiid, 40. Well, I thought he had 40 points, but he had 39 points. He played 41 minutes, 10 for 20. 10. Well, he had 16 boards. My God, the guy was a one-man wrecking crew.
It was amazing, man. No, it's me. Like when Embiid gets hot, you can see, man, that's a superstar. But I think you're going to allude to this later. But like, there's a lot of criticism of him, man.
Yeah, that was my stat sheet acting all crazy, and I'm on ESPN as right now, and they want to play like the advertisements and stuff. But, but Spencer Dinwiddie, right? I have to say, him and LeVert, those two, without a Durant and a Kyrie Irving, they scared the Sixers tonight, brother.
Yeah, man. No, the Nets got talent.
They might be, strong in the East a little bit, because the East is kind of like a weak conference, as they say, according to leagues or according to ESPN. Yeah. They say the East is always a weak conference. So according to them, it's a weak conference, and the Brooklyn Nets could probably still get in. It's a possibility, but how do you feel about playing these guys? I mean, I don't even know how many times we played them twice already, correct?
I think twice. Yeah. I have to look it up, but it feels like only twice so far.
And we got to play them 2 more times.
Yeah, man.
And it's going to be just playoffs. Like for real, it's just playoffs for us right now. It's just
Yeah.
it's playoffs every game.
Yeah. Oh, I think I froze.
No, you're good.
You got me? All right, good. No, man, I totally agree. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, whenever we play the Nets, I just feel whether they got their whole talent or they don't, they just play hard every time against the Sixers, and it's brutal. And I don't want to face them. I don't want to face them in the playoffs. Like, even if they get in on a 7th, 8th seed, we have to go against them somehow. Like, I think they're always a scary team. They got talent around them, and DeAndre Jordan played great tonight as well.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan was definitely a key factor on why they were getting the lead majority of the time.
Yeah.
But as far as like the box score go, like it's like only out of the Brooklyn Nets, you had at least five. You had 5 people in double figures for the Brooklyn Nets. For the Sixers, you had 3 people in double figures. You had Burks with 16. You had Harris with 22, a quiet 22.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing because he looked like he was missing all those foul shots. And I kind of want to go back to Alec Burks. I think it's funny. He did great at the end of that. But I mean, that air ball 3-pointer late in the game, that was cringeworthy.
Oh yeah, it was definitely cringeworthy. I'm sitting here, I know y'all saw me on a live, like, really?
Oh man. Oh, so bad.
This is what we're doing right now. Like
Yeah.
air ball, knowing that you're wide. He was wide open at that.
You have to hit that shot, man. I mean, thank God he had an overtime to redeem himself. But I mean, it was yeah, I was feeling for him when he missed that. That was brutal.
Okay, so we've been talking about it all year. The Nets still got the old New Jersey feeling on Philadelphia, I guess. That's what West Branch Ball said. Gil Soto says that with Dinwiddie healthy, they don't need a D'Angelo or Kyrie. That's a bold statement. That's a bold statement.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's tough, man.
That's a tough one to say. Alex Sports says, what's up, Spotlight? The Nets should have won, but good game for your 76ers. That means you must be a Brooklyn Nets fan. So
yeah, exactly, man.
shout out to Alex Sports, man. Shout out to Alex Sports. He's definitely a good guy. But I really want to get into Brett Brown.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you think that Elton Brand is going to let go Brett Brown at the end of the season?
I mean, honestly, man, I don't think he has a choice. I mean, the thing is, Brett Brown, you kind of wanted to give him time because he had to go through the whole process years. He had bad teams, he had bad seasons just because of the talent around him. But ever since he's gotten the superstars, he has his 3 crew here where he has Harris, he has Embiid, he has Simmons, even when he had Butler. And for whatever reason, the game plan of Brett Brown just doesn't fit for this team. He wants 3-point shooters. He wants to be able to just, always penetrate, pop it back outside, hit someone at the 3-point line, and get those deep shots. And that's just not what this team is. This team should be beating it down low all the time with, Simmons driving or Embiid. And I feel like they need to get that identity. And I don't know if Brett Brown is the right coach to make that team get there. And that's my main criticism. I just think he doesn't have the right scheme for the players he has.
Yeah, I think he's trying to go to like a San Antonio Spurs type of scheme where Popovich is doing it. But Popovich is the type of coach where he found players that fit his system.
Exactly.
Brett Brown is just trying to still experiment, and that's the problem with Brett Brown. Like, this was the second half of the NBA season, and you still sitting here experimenting for what?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, man, I feel like when you see it also, it seems that like Simmons plays better when Embiid is out, Embiid plays better when Simmons is out. So it seems that like because of their style of play, they both want to get low in the paint, that Brett Brown is clogging the paint up too much when having both in there. And it's kind of sad to see that their best play is when the other superstar is not on the court. And that's crazy. That shouldn't be the case. Brett Brown should be able to make this work.
Yeah, so it's kind of mind-boggling to me. Hopefully we could get Ben Simmons back because we do play the Bucks this weekend, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got the lower back pain, but that shouldn't keep him out of a big game like against the Bucks.
A lower back play, isn't that from the fall that he had in the All-Star game?
That's what I mean. I don't know. They didn't say it was related. I think he said he had just some like lower back stiffness, which, that again, they're just doing kind of, I think they assumed they were going to beat the Nets easily. So that's why they gave him the rest. But I don't think it's going to keep him out of a serious game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I do want to get into some team stats as well because this post game is not going to really be too long. We're not going to sugarcoat anything, but we gonna keep it short and sweet because I mean, it was a good, hard fought game.
Yeah.
We was the most that we were down with like 20, 16,
Yeah, it was
20
20.
points.
Yeah.
And we fought back to get back in this game and be let it, knowing with his energy, getting offensive rebounds, tipping it back out to the guards. And I'm still surprised about Tobias Harris getting 22 points, and it was quiet. I really thought that he didn't have 22 points until I looked at the score.
Right.
It was
I thought actually Richardson scored more than Tobias almost at one point because Richardson was even in there more.
I'm looking at the game like, where's Tobias get this 22 points at? I'm like, what is going on? I'm lost.
Yeah. Oh man, with all the missed kind of shots he had, I mean, there were some layups that he went to the hoop that rolled out, and I was like, how are you missing that, dude? Like, cause he's supposed to be that superstar on this team that we expect him to be, and he can't be missing those shots.
Right. It is crazy to look at, knowing the field goals between the Sixers and the Nets. The Sixers was 38 of 86, which is like 44%, but Brooklyn was 36 of 102.
Whoa, yeah, I can see. I think
36 of 102. That's bogus.
That's crazy, and that was still a close game. Like, it should not be that close.
Yeah, it was close like that. They were 35% from the field.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
36 of 102. 3-pointers. The Brooklyn Nets was 10 of 34. We were 4 of 22 at the 3-point line.
I'm telling you, Brett wants them to take the shots, but I don't think this team is built for that. They don't have the spot-up shooter outside for that.
That's where we miss a JJ Redick in that instance. Or if you want to shoot the 3 ball like that, Kormaz need more time on the court.
Yeah, but the thing is, but he can't play defense. Every time you get killed with him on the other end of the court. That's what's brutal.
Either way, see, what basketball, you're going to have your mishaps on the defensive side. It's not really like football, like it's really set to like a certain coverage or something like that on football. But basketball, sometimes you're just going to get beat like that. Honestly, if I know that Kormaz can score and you still got 4 other players that can probably play defense on the opposite side, I would take that. I would take the risk.
I guess so, man. I think the thing is too, Korkmaz, he sometimes just frustrates the hell out of me because when he gets on those cold streaks and he just keeps chucking up the threes, and I know that's why we have him. I know it's what he needs to do, but sometimes I just feel like he gets just wants to keep throwing up there, and when he can't make a basket at all. And sometimes I watch games where I'm just like, I can't stand Korkmaz. I need him off the court. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what you got to think about it too. It is a 3-point era in basketball.
Yeah, 100%.
3-point era, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson really started that era of the 3-pointers. And I'm just going to be honest. But Korkmaz, like the little finger roll that he had tonight,
that was
drop to the basket, man. Like, you have the ability to do it. Just drop to the basket. Like, you don't have to settle for a 3. But if Brett Brown is telling you to set for the 3, then that's an issue.
That's my question. Yeah, I just feel the plays he draws up. I just wish the Sixers were utilizing more of the pick and roll at the top. I think Embiid would be great rolling to the basket there. I know they started using some more screens at the end of the game, but I feel like that would be the bread and butter for the Sixers team, and we're just not seeing it right now and how they're setting up. It's crazy.
I agree. I absolutely agree. We were 32 of 35 from the free throw line, 91% from the free throw line.
Beautiful, yeah.
91% to 78% for the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets had more rebounds than us, but only 49 to 48, which wasn't much at all.
Right.
When it comes to points off turnovers, 18 points off turnovers for the Brooklyn Nets. 18 points off turnovers. We had 14 points off turnovers. They had, according to ESPN, the fast break points, 14 to 26ers did win that category. We did have 48 points in the paint. Most of that was Embiid. Let's be honest. Most of that was Embiid. But yeah, like the largest lead that the Brooklyn Nets had was 20 points, and our largest lead was 16.
I mean, that's what it's crazy. This game was a complete thing of runs, man. Like, every team at one point got hot and just started rolling. The swing of the game was insane from first to second, all the way to the second half. Like, it was, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I really thought the Sixers were out of it, and then they start climbing back in. It was really crazy all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy all the way to the end. And I feel like with the Sixers, we need to play a little bit better, play a little bit more with urgency in in
Yeah.
some instance. Um,
Hmm.
like Enrique said, it was the sloppiest game the Sixers played, but a win is a win. It was
Yeah.
a very sloppy game.
Yeah.
Um, and I understand that you had almost a week off from the All-Star game and you probably got the rust, but you can't have no rust against Giannis Antetokounmpo coming up this Saturday. You
No,
can't.
man. No, I mean we're supposed to be an actual contending team, and we're going up against the Nets, looking like completely like guys were saying, they were really sloppy. It just wasn't a complete game around. And again, what really bothers me too is you see at the end, because Embiid has to play so much to kind of make up for the lack of talent at other positions. He's just looking so gassed, and I think now as we start looking the rest of the season, going against the big teams, going to the playoffs later on, is he going to be able to play all those minutes? Like what he had, like 41 minutes this game.
Yeah, 41 minutes.
Like I don't know how he's going to sustain that for the rest of the season, and we kind of need him to be there at all times. Like they couldn't score without him on the field. It was crazy.
Yeah, they could not score without him on there. And I don't know if you saw, but I did put a video out on YouTube. And I know this don't really have nothing to do with the actual post game, but it is Sixers talk. Ben Simmons put out there and said that Matisse Thybulle should win Rookie of the Year. How do you
Ooh,
feel about that statement?
I kind of like it. I kind of agree with him. Like I can back that statement up. I think he is
What?
shown on. Dude, I'm telling. All right,
I don't know,
because
man.
both sides of the court, man. Look at his defense. He is killing it on defense, and he has brought in some life on the offensive side as well.
But do you think he's doing enough impact like a Zion or a John Moran is
No,
doing?
no. Like,
So
of
that
course, I'm fanboying it. Like, that's my team. Of course, I'm giving a little extra props to that. Like, he's not gonna win. Like, of course, John Moran, I think, is who deserves it. But from a 6 point, I mean, I think he's been playing really well to at least be in the conversation of some of the star rookies we've seen this year.
yeah, I kind of mad that he did got snubbed from like USA versus the World or the
Yeah.
Rising Stars Challenge. I'm kind of mad about that. I think he should have deserved something of that nature. But Matisse Thybulle, I just feel like if he could get going on offense, that's another scorer. I feel like Brett
For
Brown
sure.
focused on him to be a defender than
Mm.
just a scorer. And that's comes back to my point where you're experimenting on these players that have the talent on the offensive side, but you just want them to be, oh, you can make a couple shots here and there, but then
Yeah.
we want you back down on the floor, back down on the other side of the floor. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It takes him out of the offensive flow.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, I mean, it kind of goes back to like he's coaching kind of like Pop. Like he's trying to be like Popovich with a focus on defense, and it goes a long way. And I mean, at the same time, I expected the Sixers this year to be one of the most dominant defensive teams out there, and maybe that's why there's so much focus on it, because there is the talent to be the best defensive team. But like you said, we need the offensive production. We don't have the shooters. Tybalt could be another shooter on this team. And, I think if you're underutilized, I mean, it's a shame of Brett Brown. But again, another shortcoming of Brett Brown's coaching.
Yeah, and Brett Brown, I don't know. It just seems like when I watch the Sixers play under Brett Brown, when I watch them play, I see an offense that has no movement.
Yeah, 100%.
It has no movement. It has no movement at all. Like, and I understand the Sixers won. We did win, but it wasn't the type of win that I expected. I think we played down to the Brooklyn Nets level. We really did. Like, I understand DeAndre Jordan is big. Dinwiddie is not really a star, but he's a good player in his league. LeVert is still trying to come into himself, but the superstars was not on this Brooklyn Nets team, and we played down to. We stooped down right to their level, and we went into overtime with a team that is still fighting for like what, a number 8 spot.
Yeah, they're like 7th or 8th they're fighting for. It's crazy.
So knowing us being number 5th in the East, we have to get better on. We have to play up to higher standards when we have these type of teams that's fighting for a playoff spot. Because once these teams get in, it's 0-0. These records don't mean nothing.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I mean, it's just I think I just think like when we're playing against teams like this, like we should be beating them up, right? Like if we're gonna say that we're supposed to go deep, we want to try and make a run at least to be Eastern Conference champions. I mean, these are the teams you're supposed to beat up on and show you're the superior team. And again, like you said, they're playing down their level. And I like to say too with the offense. I mean, the movement was just sad. At one point, you could see they're just giving the ball to Embiid, letting him sit down low, and they're just sitting on 3-point line. No screens, no off the ball screens, nothing. Like they're just sitting there. It's terrible. It's terrible to watch.
It's hard. It's definitely terrible to watch. And Al Horford shooting threes. I understand when you're open, you could take it. I don't mind when you're open. Yeah. But when somebody's on you and you're taking the three, that's a problem with me. And I feel like knowing that the big men are like settling at the 3-point line, they're not really being in the post. But Embiid needs to realize how dominant he is in the post. Understand you want to shoot with a three on a fast break or something of that nature. But in an offensive half court set, you need to be on the block.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, like I know he can get that kind of mid-range jumper, the fade jumper. He's worked into this game really nicely. But you could see like no one could match up to him except for DeAndre Jordan. And I think that's what I got a little disappointed. You could see when we started falling behind more and more is when Embiid was really trying to force it against Jordan. When clearly DeAndre could match up with him, I was hoping Embiid would start seeing that and start getting rid of the ball, trying to work away from him a little bit, work with some screens. But when there's so much relying on Embiid, he kind of also puts that on himself that he has to be the scorer. He has to constantly be pushing it, even when it's not working.
Yeah, I 100% agree there. But some things are just not. It's just not flowing for us, and I'm really nervous going into the playoffs. Like I don't want to take nothing.
We should be.
I don't want to take nothing away from this W. We won the game. We fought hard to win this game, and I respect the fact that we did win this game, knowing that we're so great at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
We can't play like this away to save our lives.
The away record is pathetic, man.
I think we have one of the worst road records in the NBA right now.
Oh yeah, I think they did a stat in the game. Like it was something like 20 some other teams have better road records than the Sixers right now. Like it's just they have such a dominant home record. You think they'd be able to at least translate that to at least a 500 record on the road, but they can't even get close to it. It's pathetic, man. It's crazy.
Do you think it would change knowing that it's getting real now? Playoff contention. Do you think we could probably flip the switch?
I mean, I 100% hope so. I mean, like if they want to have any chance of contending, they have to. I mean, if you look at the way the Sixers are right now, I love them. I think they're a great team, but there's no shot they're contending for a title right now. Like the way they're playing on the road, the inconsistency we're seeing on our offense, and the game plan that's not working for having both Simmons and Embiid at the same time. I mean, there's no way they could go deep right now in the playoffs. They have to flip a switch. They have to find a way to get some energy on the road. And again, we're going to have to leave a lot of it on Brett Brown's shoulders. He has to find some way to prepare these guys to come out on all cylinders right out the gate against these teams.
Now, do you think this basketball game wouldn't have been as closer if Ben Simmons would have played tonight?
It's tough. I mean, like I said, the Nets always seem to show up when they play against the 76ers. I would like to think that Simmons having another really stellar defensive player out there, as well as his offensive production, way he can help make players around him better. I think it probably would have been at least. I think we wouldn't have gone to overtime. I think the Sixers would have won in regulation.
Okay.
I don't know how close it would have been, but I think they would have won in regulation.
Yeah. I really wanted Ben Simmons to play tonight, but knowing that he had the injury. He was not able to play tonight. My thing with Ben Simmons, and I don't know if you agree with me here, but a lot of people do disagree with me here. Don't get me wrong, I love the kid. But it's some things that makes Sixers fans pissed off with Ben Simmons.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but there's a few things I'm just going to address today. Now, my one issue with Ben Simmons, and this is what my problem is. When you have a defender that's almost your height and your size, knowing that they're slower than you, you don't take advantage of. But when it comes to a smaller guard, you want to back down and do all these up and unders and do all these hook shots and drive to the basket and dunk on smaller people. Why we can't get that same energy when it's a bigger person on you?
I mean, honestly, man, I don't know. Because that's the thing. Ben Simmons, I feel he has such speed. It's almost like when you see LeBron, where it's just freakishly how he's able to kind of get to the hoop so easily, on that side and get to the, with a few steps. I don't know. I don't get what it is. I mean, there's a lot of things about it too. I mean, why can't he also get this freaking jump shot down? Like, that's another thing on
Oh,
my
I
list.
seen it when he was practicing it in pregame
Yeah.
warm-up, but did not attempt not once in the goddamn game.
Man, what is it with him? It's just gotta be some psyche in there. Like he's afraid to even just think about taking the shot. Like it's ridiculous.
He needs to call LeBron. He needs to call LeBron. Because remember, LeBron earlier in his career,
100%.
he could shoot the ball to save his life.
Yeah. No, I mean I agree.
And Ben Simmons just needs to wait. He needs to wake up, man. He really needs to wake up, especially if he wants to be an MVP in this league and be as dominant. Knowing, mind you, don't get me wrong, LeBron James is getting up there in age. Once he leaves, Ben Simmons, this should be your league.
Yeah. No, it's me because he's the freak of nature in this league. Like he absolutely should be dominating. So, I mean, I think with the jump shot too, it's just one of those things, man, right? Like he just constantly knows he can get by and go to the hoop. So he's always thinking of that first and the jump shot second. I just wish at some point this a small, even elbow jumper, a few feet from the block jumper, just anything would appease the fans at this point.
Right. So, how can I put this? How did you feel about, Alex Burks' play overall tonight?
I mean, it was definitely promising. Like I like to see that. I thought it was another change of pace. Like I think you said, he has to be taking the place of Neto going forward, right? I don't really know how I feel about Neto. I mean, I think he's a nice piece to the team, but I think Burks is clearly a more athletic player. So we need to start, involving him much more going forward.
All right. Now we're over this Brooklyn Nets game. Let's try to preview this game on Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, where we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Now we're going into Milwaukee on that, correct?
I mean, I'm so nervous about this game.
I think we're playing in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're at Milwaukee, which we were at Milwaukee the last time we played too, weren't we?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, knowing that we played them already in Milwaukee. But Saturday, we go back to Milwaukee. Knowing Milwaukee is 47-8.
Man, it's the thing is, you want to start talking about will the Sixers change the way they play on the road? That's a real test right there. Second half, can they come out and play against the Bucks?
The Sixers can't play like they play tonight. So now you have. No. So you in this game tonight, so you have a whole night off to get some rest and get yourself rejuvenated and travel to Milwaukee to get this W. This is a very important W for the Sixers going into Milwaukee on Saturday. If y'all don't see it as a sense of urgency to win this game, then I don't know what to tell you. And I feel like we need someone as a coach that will give them that sense of urgency or have that discipline. I think Brett Brown does not have any discipline with this team. Sixers get to do what the hell they want while they are on the court. They don't listen to him on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm calling Mark Jackson, man. I'll be calling Mark Jackson.
I like that as a pick for the coach. I mean, Mark Jackson, I think, would be someone that could fit with the team, maybe build a culture and identity. Because I mean, what we're hearing, the locker room is also apparently shit too. Crap too. But I don't know why Brett Brown can't seem to get at least some control and create even some sign of respect towards what he wants to accomplish with them. He just seems like the friend.
Yeah, he seems like, I just want to be the guy that just want to fit in and knowing that I'm just old and I have this terrible beard that I look like it makes me homeless. You cannot tell me that beard does not make him homeless. He's not getting paid from the 76ers.
Dude, he looks frazzled on the sideline too all the time. The second he starts yelling, his collar's coming undone, the hair's crazy, he's got the beard, he looks insane.
Yeah, like he don't get a trim every 2 weeks or something. I just I don't get it. I don't get it with Ben Simmons. I really don't. Not Ben Simmons, but Brett Brown. I'm sorry, but the beard, man,
it's got to go. He's got to do something about it, man. Because and then whenever he's talking after the show, he's covered in sweat. He just looks exhausted. I think he's working harder out there on the sidelines than some of his players.
Yeah. But a quick preview of this game. What do you expect out of the Sixers against the Milwaukee Bucks today? What do you expect out of it?
Well, I mean, kind of based on what we just saw, right? I'm thinking Embiid's going to really put this game on his shoulders again. I think he's going to want to try and go one-on-one with Antetokounmpo, really try and show that he is, at his level, if not better. So I think, Brett Brown's going to drop a lot of plays we saw tonight, which is going to be, just pounded down low to Embiid and let him decide what to do there. Throw in Simmons. I think we hopefully see a little better production we saw tonight. But that's what I think. I think the key matchup is going to be, again, Embiid versus Giannis. And, who comes out on top is going to be the team that wins.
I have to agree. But I think if you want to beat the Bucks right now, and the way to beat them is keep Giannis out the paint.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, for sure. For sure.
Is keep Giannis out the paint. I would force him to shoot, a little bit 2-pointers, a little bit 3-pointers. Because I mean, like Middleton is up and down, Bledsoe's up and down. You lost Malcolm Brogdon in trade deadline. No, free agency. It was free agency. And then the Lopez brothers. I mean, I like Brook Lopez. I think Lopez is a really good center in this league. But defensively, if we could just shut down Giannis and let everybody else beat us, I'm happy with that. Yeah. I don't want to be Giannis to be a one-man wrecking crew that has like 58 points on us and he does everything to win the game, So I just really hope the Sixers flip the switch.
I totally agree, man. And the thing is, we kind of noticed, as we've seen before, Embiid can bully Giannis down low. Like I think the last game we saw, Giannis did have to force himself outside. The Embiid was able to kind of lock him down defensively. Problem is when Embiid's off, because Embiid cannot keep up with Giannis for a whole game because cardio wise. When Embiid's off, Ken Horford locked down Giannis there. I'm going to say no. But if Embiid can bully him out, keep him outside, and then Simmons starts actually dominating on both ends of the court, then again we can see how they won. I think last Sunday the Bucks was back closer to Christmas time. Like we could see a formula like that. They walk away with a victory. That's how it's going to get done.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. Hopefully the Sixers can come out with a win. Hopefully the Bucks are rusty or they're not playing up to their potential, and we get that road win. Hopefully that will boost us to play better on the road as well. But there you have it, guys. That is a quick post-game show of the Sixers defeating the Brooklyn Nets tonight. The score was, let me double check that. It was 112-104. Joel Embiid led the way, 39 points. He was 10 for 20 at the field. On the field, he was 18 of 19 at the free throw line and had 16 boards. Now, for anyone that have not go subscribe to Chad Byrne show, I am putting the link in the chat right now, and I'll be putting it on my community post to have y'all go over there and subscribe to this man. He has great content, and we're just trying to get his channel to grow, but he's definitely a diehard Sixers fan, just like we are, man. So if you want to throw your social medias out there, let them know to follow you on social media.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely appreciate it. By the way, this is an amazing show. Really thank you for having me on. I think you killed it, by the way, covering the Sixers game. Excellent job. Keep doing that. I love it. But yeah, man. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Chad Byrne Show. We have Facebook pages, YouTube channels, also the Chad Byrne Show. We're on Stitcher, anywhere you can listen to. So check it out. Hope everyone enjoys it, and always open to comments for what we can talk about next.
Yep. So now, from now on, we'll be doing these post game shows for the Sixers. So even if I don't be able to do the streams, like as far as the play-by-play, we will be on to do the post game to talk about these 76ers here, y'all. But we do want to thank all y'all for tuning in. And if you do have any questions, hit us up on social media so we can answer those questions in the post-game show, because we just did this off the fly, asked you last minute. So we really didn't get prepared like we was last time. Hopefully we be prepared for the Bucks game this weekend, if you could do it as well. If not, then it's fine. But thank y'all for tuning in to the Sixers post-game show. We did defeat the Brooklyn Nets 112-104. We out of here, y'all, and we see y'all Saturday for the Bucks and the Sixers.